This is the chapter Gravitation of class 9th. In the universe, we are observing high tides and low tides. These are due to attraction force between moon and earth. When the moon and earth comes closer, distance between them becomes less, force of attraction increases, as a result of which water shifts toward the force of attraction, that is one side of earth, and it rises up, that is known as high tide. In the next 15 days, attraction becomes weak due to large distance between moon and earth, as a result of which water goes away and it becomes in the form of a low tide. In geography, we are studying high tides and low tides. Science is explaining on the basis of force of attraction between moon and earth. The diagram second, third and fourth, these are showing here presence of high tides and low tides due to attraction force. Gravitation, Kepler's law of planetary motion. First law, known as law of orbits or ellipse. According to this, each planet revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit, and sun is at one focus of elliptical path. Figure shows here elliptical orbit, that is egg-shaped orbit, not complete a circle. It has two focus, F1, F2. Sun is placed in the diagram at one focus and planet is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. In the diagram second, various planets Mercury, Mars, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and others are shown here in their own elliptical orbits revolving around the sun. That is the evidence, and Kepler's law are basically based on the evidences present in the universe. After a study of universe, scientist Kepler had given three laws, and these are also known as Kepler's laws of planetary motion. Second law, the law of equal areas or law of area also. The aerial velocity. Aerial velocity is area swept or covered divided by time, that is known as aerial velocity. Area upon time is aerial velocity. The aerial velocity of a planet around the sun remains constant. That is, diagram is showing here. First diagram, sun is at one focus and planet is at point P. After some time, that is fixed interval of time, it is going to P dash. Then the area coming from sun to the planet, two positions, it is in the form of a triangle, and this area is calculated. This becomes to the opposite side area when planet is closer to the sun in equal interval of time, that is say for 24 hours we are calculating. Then A1 area first, A2 area second, A3 area third. In the next diagram, these are three areas in the equal interval of time and they are equal. That is, when a planet is closer to the sun, the speed of planet increases itself. When the planet is far away from sun, then speed of the planet decreases itself due to force of attraction between sun and the planet. These all areas are equal for equal interval of time, and this is the conclusion in the form of the law of equal areas, that is Kepler's second law. Now Kepler's third law, the law of periods, law of harmonics. This is for various planets. 1, 2, 3 say here is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Not for a single planet. Here the square of time period of revolution of any planet is directly proportional to the cube of the planet's average distance from the sun. T time period of the planet, that is time period of revolution of the planet around sun, and R is average distance or mean distance of planet from the sun. Then time period square is directly proportional to cube of mean distance from the sun. Kepler's third law can be written in the modified form for two planets, T1 upon T2 two time periods for two planets, T1 upon T2 whole square is equal to R1 upon R2 power 3. R1, R2 are the mean distances of the two planets from sun. Types of satellites. Natural satellite. Moon is the only natural satellite of Earth. And artificial satellite. These are the man-made satellites. Aryabhatta is the example of artificial satellite, that is man-made satellite. Newton's law of gravitation. According to law of gravitation, any two objects in the universe, either they are very small, they are very heavy, there is a force of attraction between them, and this is in the form of a statement now. Statement: the force of attraction between the two masses is directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Force of attraction F is equal to capital G is known as universal gravitation constant. Its value remains unchanged, that is constant in the universe. Its standard value is 6.67 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. M1 is mass of first body, M2 is mass of second body, R is the distance between the two masses M1 and M2. Then force of attraction F is equal to G M1 M2 upon R square. Low tides and high tides are the example present in universe due to attraction force between moon and earth. Relation between capital G universal gravitation constant and small g gravity. Let a body of mass m is placed at the surface of earth. Here earth is assumed to be in the shape of a sphere, so that radius is considered constant. Reason is that for these calculations in elliptical path and circular path there is a very little difference. Therefore scientist Newton assumed that for the calculation purpose earth is in the form of a sphere. since Earth attracts a body of mass m towards its center, and that is the weight of the object, and this is defined also the force of attraction between Earth and body. Then both the forces, one is force of attraction F g m into m upon r square according to Newton's law of gravitation. Another is according to the definition of weight of object, that is weight of object is equal to force, and this is mg. Therefore, equating both F is equal to force is equal to g m upon r square is equal to m into g, where small m is mass of the object placed on the surface of Earth, capital M is mass of Earth, and capital R is radius of Earth, that is the distance between mass placed at the surface and center of Earth. Then small g is equal to capital G universal gravitation constant, capital M mass of Earth divided by r square, where r is radius of Earth. Small g value is 9.8 meter per second square at the equator. The value of gravity small g is: part 1, maximum at the poles. There are two poles, north pole and south pole, in comparison to equator on the earth surface. Say we are having 1 kilogram sugar, it is weighted at poles with the spring balance, then weight reading becomes more at the poles in comparison to its weight measured at equator. Second point, 0 at the center of Earth. If we dig a tunnel through the center of Earth, then according to the calculations the weight should be 0. Practically it is not possible because there are three layers in Earth: crust, mantle and core. At the center there is core, and very high temperature melts the iron even at core. Therefore volcanoes erupt lava from center. Therefore this is just a calculation part that gives gravity value 0 at the center of Earth, because practically no tunnel is possible to dig through the Earth. Third, small g decreases on moving up, that is on moving on the hills small g value decreases, and decreases also going down the earth. Inside the mines, coal mine is shown in the last figure, and this is below earth's surface, 5 to 7 kilometers or 9 kilometers below earth's surface. Therefore value of small g decreases if it is experimentally measured with the help of spring balance. Then weight value becomes less in a coal mine as well as above the earth surface at the hills also. Figure 1 shows here elliptical shape of earth, that is egg shape of the earth, north pole, south pole and then equator. Thrust is a force that acts normal to the surface. Normal means 90 degree perpendicular to the surface, that is called thrust, and its unit is Newton or dyne. Here there is an aeroplane shown in the figure. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Therefore reaction force gives thrust to the aeroplane to move in forward direction. Pressure. The force acting per unit area normal to the surface is called pressure. Force upon area, therefore its unit is Newton upon meter square or Dyne upon centimeter square, or on the basis of scientist Pascal, its unit is also Pascal. We have used Newton as a unit of force. Similarly, for the pressure, here is Pascal. Unit is used. Atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by the air is called atmospheric pressure. In air, there are various gases: carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. These molecules of various gases strike and rebound from our body. They generate a force on the body. Force per unit area is the pressure. Therefore, atmosphere exerts a pressure on bodies. It is about 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square or 76 centimeter of mercury column. Atmospheric pressure is measured by instrument known as barometer in the height of mercury column. Figure 1 shows here a syringe in which water is sucked in upward direction. Atmospheric pressure is the region that pulls water inside a low pressure generated inside the syringe, and if we are moving up the plunger of the syringe, then water goes inside the barrel. Due to a pressure difference, atmospheric pressure is more and pressure generated, that is vacuum generated inside the syringe, is less. Therefore, pressure difference pushes the water inside the syringe. Figure 2 shows here a valve and object is sticking due to vacuum created inside it. Outside pressure is more, as a result of which, that is pressure difference is the result between outside and inside pressure. Therefore, this cavity is sticking on the wall. This is the example of lizards sticking on the walls in our houses. We have seen that there is a cavity in the hands of the lizard, and when this cavity is created by sucking the skin, then low pressure inside the cavity, high pressure outside the cavity, as a result of which pressure exerted on the hand of the lizard, as a result of which they are able to stick on the wall. 14 mercury barometer is used to measure the pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. Here, this is the instrument used in laboratory, in weather forecasting department also, to forecast that there is a chance of raining, thundering or clean weather. This is on the basis of pressure available in mercury column. Let us discuss in brief. At the bottom there is a adjusting screw, and then above it there is a mercury cup. Mercury is placed and a narrow long tube is placed inside the metallic case or metallic body, so that it is having the upper top surface closed, and inside it mercury level is shown here within the vernier scale. This level of mercury is measured with the help of a scale calibrated on the barometer. Reading of the barometer we are showing in the diagram, and here there is a adjusting screw to adjust it, the position of vernier scale up and down, so that accurate measurement of reading is done by main scale as well as with vernier scale. There is a thermometer also. This thermometer measures the temperature, therefore pressure and temperature both are measured inside this instrument. In the right hand side, 760 millimeter barometric pressure at sea level. This is the standard value of 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 76 centimeter of mercury column. There is another instrument, that is Android barometer. It is not using mercury. It is used inside aeroplanes to measure atmospheric pressure, and portable means we can move one place to another place easily, whereas barometer pressure is measured in the instrument barometer having mercury, that is not advised to transport. Therefore another instrument, Android barometer, is used in aeroplanes. It is used to measure atmospheric pressure on the basis of air filled inside the closed boundary. Let us see this. Here is a closed disc that is made of a flexible membrane. When pressure increases inside it, the volume, that is size of this membrane type shape, increases, as a result of which the lever fixed on the top change its position, as a result of which the dial on the scale rotate and the needle gives the reading of atmospheric pressure in pascals. Pressure in fluids. Fluids is a common word used for liquid and gases. That is, we can use this for liquids as well as in gases. Pressure of a fluid P is equal to height H into density of liquid D into gravity G. Now first diagram shows here three positions of holes in a water glass. From the top, the first hole is very closer and depth is very small, therefore pressure exerted is very small and this water droplets are coming closer to the base. In the bottom, distance is more, as a result of which hydrostatic pressure P is equal to HdG increases and water falls at a longer distance from the base of water glass. Figure 2 shows a paradox, liquid paradox. Here shape of different vessels are different. Water is filled inside it, but the vertical, that is in the y-axis, height remains similar. It does not depend upon the shape of the liquid filled up inside it, and this is only fixed up to a particular height. Figure 3 shows here pressure from all the sides on an object inside the water and it remains similar, means pressure from all directions in a level is laws of liquid pressure. Number 1, at a given point inside the liquid, pressure is same in all directions. In the horizontal plane inside liquid, pressure is same in all directions. Next, the pressure of liquid increases with the depth according to formula P is equal to HdG. Next point, pressure is different in case of density is different. On increasing density, pressure increases. On decreasing density of liquid, pressure decreases. And last point, a liquid finds its own level due to a pressure difference. Buoyancy, the upward force acting on an object immersed in a liquid, is known as upthrust or buoyant force, and this phenomena is known as buoyancy. Factors affecting buoyant force or upthrust is equal to V multiply D multiply G, that is number 1 volume of immersed object V, number 2 density of liquid D, and third is gravity G. In this figure, ice crystals are floating in water in a transparent glass beaker. Reason is density of ice is less, density of water is more, upthrust is more on ice crystals than their weight, therefore they are floating inside water. Here is iron ship is floating on water, and if we are having iron nail, then iron nail dips inside water. Reason is that the structure of ship is made in such a way there is large surface area of the iron ship. When it dips inside water, then it displaces large amount of water. Upthrust is equal to weight of displaced water, as a result of which upthrust increases in case of iron ship, whereas upthrust decreases in case of iron nail. Weight becomes more in iron nail, upthrust becomes less in iron nail, and iron nail sinks or dips inside water, whereas iron ship float on water because upthrust is more than the weight of ship.